Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Monday, the trading week has just started. As you can see, Bitcoin getting rejected from that weekly pivot resistance after breaking out of this very key resistance, this value area high range right here. Basically we need to see Bitcoin hold above, but as you can see Bitcoin is actually struggling very much at this key resistance right here, because as of right now it is getting rejected once again. But this is also because the stock market had today, if we go on a lower time frame, the S&P 500 actually had a small correction and is currently recovering, as you can see right here. Also the same goes for the Nasdaq, as you can see had a small correction and is currently recovering. So basically this correction was after we hit that first weekly pivot resistance right here. As you can see, the same goes for the S&P 500. And also if we look at Ethereum actually finally broke out of this value area low right here, as you can see. But it actually, as of right now, is managing to hold above this very key level after testing, almost perfectly testing that weekly pivot. And Ethereum is still keeping above this very important range, not like Bitcoin, as you can see right now, losing it once again. So in my opinion, Bitcoin possibly wants to do that weekly pivot test right here, and potentially that POC. But if we go below that POC, then it is very possible that we can get lower price targets. But as of right now, I am currently not expecting actually even a break, so that we hold this another small range that we have currently created. I'm expecting that we will potentially hold this one first before testing that weekly pivot, as you can see. So basically this is my outlook for Bitcoin right now. Indicator still looking pretty much okay. On the 8 hourly, the RSI looking nice. We've got some high momentum going on right here for Bitcoin, as you can see. So the only reason for Bitcoin for it to go down, in my opinion, is that the stock market takes a bigger correction potentially to that weekly pivot, as you can see. So in my opinion, this will be the only possible scenario in order for Bitcoin to see lower price targets, because as you can see, it's following the stock market almost identically. Basically today we've got that small correction and Bitcoin did the same thing, and right now it is trying to get back above this very key resistance right here. And also if we look at Solana has had a very big pump, as you can see, bouncing, pushing above that weekly pivot and pushing straight through that first weekly pivot resistance. But this is actually because if we look at right here, Solana is actually getting a ETF in this Wednesday basically. So this is why the price is pumping right now. Basically the same ETF that Bitcoin has and Ethereum also. Solana will also get the same ETF on Wednesday. I think it is actually official right now. So this also signifies that it's official because the price is actually having a pump. So basically it's bullish news for Solana. As you can see, Solana has pumped almost 7%, while Ethereum is just pumping almost 1.5% basically, as you can see. And the other altcoins are doing completely normal, except for Hype. As you can see, Hype is right now currently back above $40 a piece. So very bullish for Hype in my opinion. As I was mentioning in my previous videos, you can see I was telling you that Hype has a very strong potential to continue right here, since the RSI was still having a lot of room to the upside, basically to that 80 line, and our momentum waves and our green wave right here is still very bullish, as you can see. So Hype can still potentially go and test its all-time high, or maybe go even higher. But if you look at why this drop happened for Bitcoin on our open interest, you can see yesterday the first pump that we've had and broke out of the range right here. Basically we've got open interest going up and CVD going up, so basically we've got a lot of long positions entering right here. But then as you can see, we've got price pumping and open interest going down, so this is basically a bearish indication, as you know. And this is why the next thing that happened was this correction for Bitcoin right here, almost 2% of a correction. But as you can see, we managed to grab some more liquidity to the upside, and we still got that liquidity sitting on top right here on 111k, basically this all-time high that in my opinion we'll probably take out in the coming weeks. So it all depends on the stock market. As you know, if it continues a couple of more days to the upside, then I'm expecting a potential pump also for the price of Bitcoin and for the altcoins. And let's look at the Bitcoin longs versus shorts ratio. Right now we do have a bit more sellers in the market, as you can see, but on some major exchanges we do still have that very high buying pressure. So in my opinion, still, if we manage to get some open interest, some leverage positions coming into the market, we can very easily push and get that liquidity sitting right here at 111k. And also the Fear and Greed index is actually almost back into that greed zone. As you can see, we're sitting right now at 52, so still in that neutral zone for Bitcoin. And also the funding rates on the exchanges, as you can see, they are still remaining low and positive. So this is also a very nice indication that signifies that Bitcoin is potentially going to rise higher. And now if we look at the Bitcoin dominance is doing exactly what we want to see right now. As you can see, we're finally getting that bearish divergence printing on the daily right here, as you can see on our RSI and on our momentum wave basically. So this signifies that the bearish divergence right now is actually playing out very nicely. You can see since the Bitcoin dominance is dropping and we are having some pretty nice moves happening to Solana, Ethereum and Hype, as you can see. And also the stock market is continuing to the upside. So all we need is Bitcoin to basically push above this value area high, flip it as support, and then take out all this liquidity sitting to the upside. And in the perfect scenario, the Bitcoin dominance will fall, and once Bitcoin dominance falls and the Bitcoin price breaks above this very key resistance, then in my opinion it will be the time when the altcoins will get a very strong push to the upside. And if we see that continuation also for the stock market right here, as you can see, basically on this correction, the S&P 500 actually cooled off its RSI indicator. As you can see, we hit that middle 50 line, and right now I'm expecting a potential continuation back to all-time high or potentially create a new one, since the momentum is very strong. The upward momentum has still not broken. As you can see, stocks are very strong, so I'm expecting the same for Bitcoin, as you can see basically right here. And in the next coming weeks I'm expecting a breakout and finally grabbing that liquidity, since it has been sitting there a very long time. And this will be my outlook for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.